So here we are again, first day of the convention, and together with us is Ms. Rosenberg. Welcome. So would you like to talk to us a bit about the topic of your presentation and what's the core message that it wants to convey?
Okay, I'm talking about teaching to different learner types or learner preferences. In my experience, which goes over 30 years of teaching, I find that people do learn differently. People need different input. They might prefer different forms of output. I tried to learn French when I was in high school and had a terrible time because it was taught in a completely audiolingual method, and we never saw anything. And I couldn't imagine what the words looked like, and the first time I saw qu'est-ce que c'est written, but that was sort of it for me. It was over. I had no chance. And I then learned German because I live in Austria, and I needed to write everything down. I needed to look in a dictionary, even though I was living in the country and speaking. If someone said a word to me, and I had never seen it, I didn't remember it. Then when I saw it, I had a picture in my mind, and I was able to remember it. And so I carried a dictionary around for the first 2 years, even out with friends in social situations, because that visual part was so important to me. And what's important for me as a teacher, it says in the blurb that we harmonize with students, we also need to challenge them. But first they need to be comfortable. And knowing that there are different types in my classroom means I need a mix of methods, not one thing for each person. I also don't do one thing for that person and one thing for that. I change all the time. I do one thing that makes the visuals happy, one thing that makes the auditories happy, something that makes the kinesthetics happy, but I explain it. And it also gives me more tolerance for those students who are different than I am. The ones that need to listen more, the ones that need more analytical explanations. I know they're not asking me the questions just to annoy me. They're asking because they really think they need to know all of these details. And I think that's part of the message I want to get across.
You've been involved in research for 30 years.
I've been involved in teaching for 30 years. So I've observed both teachers and, teachers in teacher training and students in my classes. I teach adult ed and university. And I've absolutely noticed a difference, even in feedback. You get feedback from teacher training and one says, they told too many personal stories, didn't like it. The next one says, I loved all the personal stories. Now, why do you get two different sets of feedback for the same training session if people are not learning differently?
What might be some of the challenges that teachers might be asked to face in the years to come?
I think it's the same challenges we've always had. How do we deal with so many different types of learners in our classroom? How do we change what we like to do to what they might want to do or like to do? How do we stretch out of our own style and preferences? And yes, okay, Stephen Krushen talked about motivation, that doesn't exactly exist. How do I help my learners on the path to learning, to making it real, to making them engaged, to making them interested? I think those are the challenges that we're looking at.
And on a more personal note, how do you find the convention so far?
I think it's great. This is my 26th visit to Greece, and my first time in Athens. And it's just amazing here.
We hope that you enjoy the rest of your stay, and we certainly thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.